Hello, hello. As a brand, we've achieved what few have. And that's Tempo, Ziwa, Tessa. And then Lego says, meanwhile, Lego. These are called building blocks, you damn person. You damn person? You damn person! All right, I'm using AI, once again, to explain this to me. So it's saying, so their brand names have become the everyday generic word for the product. Like Tempo is tissues, Ziwa is towels, and Tessa is tape. So they've become like the slang term for the commodity, which is not good for a brand typically, because it just means that, you know, people are no longer brand loyal. They just think, you know, they think I'm buying a Kleenex, even though they're buying a generic tissue box. And Kleenex is like, no, those aren't real Kleenexes. Anyway, SpongeBob is angry because of Lego is angry. They're saying those are called clamping bricks, you piece of shit. You person. It's a reference to how Lego aggressively defends its trademark. Lego does not want people calling its toys all brick toys Legos. I guess these brands proudly accept that their brand name is generic. Okay, that's fun. I mean, I guess it would be funnier if I was like, if I understood like the reference. Like I don't do Lego. Like I know people collect Legos and stuff and that's cool, but I've never got into it. And so I'm just not familiar, guys. I don't know what to do. I'm moving on. Guys, I think I'm starting to forget dinosaur names. You're getting old then, huh? Yeah, my 3-year-old son knows dinosaur names better than I do. I'm like, it's a dinosaur. He's like, that's a stegosaurus, Dad. That's sad, though. You know how, you know when you're getting really old is when the cops start looking like kids. All right. So for some reason, this one just didn't translate. I know that München is the German word for Munich, the city. I don't even know why there is a German like in an English word. I never understood that. Why don't we just call it München? But I don't know what 3,100 euros cult means. It's a joke about the notoriously expensive housing market in Munich. Munich, 3,100 euros cold. The term cold rent. In Germany, rental prices are distinguished between cold rent and warm rent. Damn, it's warm in here. I don't want to pay warm rent. I got to turn this down. There, now I'm paying cold rent. The meme implies you are paying 3,100 euros just for the whole. You still have to pay extra for utilities. Oh, so the warm rent is with utilities. I guess. That is funny. That is funny. If you identify a UFO, it's just an FO. Unless it lands, it's just an O. Thanks, Google Map. I'm considering it. And we're looking at a highway with the cauliflower, or whatever it's called, 4-leaf clover exit. And is it, I mean, I'm a little bit like, this is telling you just to go on to the off-ramp, right, into oncoming traffic, unless this map is coming from this way. But I guess I'm assuming it's going this way, because that would be funny. I don't know. What, am I missing the joke? Maybe it's got something to do with this. Like, oh, I'm considering taking this even though it's 31 minutes longer. Wait, I thought Google suggested simply driving the wrong way on a motorway to avoid the annoying intersection. Wait, is that not it? Now I'm even more confused. Is that it, or is that not the joke? Hee, always the shortest distance because there's no traffic jams for a motorcycle. Sorry, I didn't read this first one. Like, I did in my head, but then I didn't. Oh, God, I suck at this. I like how this guy got 1 negative vote. Guys, come on, he was just having fun. He didn't even say anything bad. He was just having fun. He said, hee, that's right. Because on a motorcycle, you just take the shortest one. And you guys voted him down. option isn't displayed, you'll complain that the way being dictated to you, Germans are always complaining. Sarcasm. Okay, so the intended joke is that it's like, oh, it's suggesting that I could go this way and add 31 minutes. But I'm not the only person that thought it might be that it's suggesting you take the off-ramp into oncoming traffic. Wow. Wow. You can even manufacture prosthesis with a CAD program these days. Impressive. Is prosthesis, is that prosthetics? What is prosthesis? Why? Should I know what this is? Is that prosthetics? Yeah, it is. Why can't I say this? What is it? A prosthesis.
Prothesis.
I don't get. What's the meme? What's the joke? What do you mean you can even what? With a CAD program? What else would you use to design it in 3D? Is that what we're talking about? Because he says manufacture. I don't get it. Oh, AI has a theory. The joke is the image itself. The man in the photo is Harold, who's famous for looking like he's in pain. So the meme implies he thinks the meme looks like a prosthetic or artificial body part. His own face. Basically, you could make a face like mine in a CAD program. Yeah, I don't think that's the joke, AI. AI is not taking over anytime soon, guys. Your jobs are safe. What I think the joke might be is maybe this word, Beindruckend. Maybe there's like a wordplay going on that I don't know. Who are you? Origin, blend of honey from EU and non-EU countries. Do you have the slightest idea how little this restricts? This is a better translation. Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down? It narrows it down to Earth. Time for your transfer. This is from DB Navigator. So the train app. You'll reach this location at 7:37 a.m. Departure time is at 7:53 a.m. You think this story is true? I'm sorry to disappoint you. It's completely fictional. I can't relate because I've never been on a train, but that's funny. If you're in charge of the delay statistics for Deutsche Bahn, and then it occurs to you that a canceled train doesn't count as delayed. They say that in China they know everything about you. Who you're seeing, what you earn, your political views, whether you're gay or religious. I didn't know those were mutually exclusive. You're completely transparent. Me, who grew up in some German village. So the joke is that, like, in a small German village, you're like off the grid. Like the government has no idea who you are because you guys are Germans are famously private. Is that the joke? When the supermarket I trust rearranges its products. No. The worst part when they do that is that it works on my wife. That stupid trick. You know, I mean, I guess supposedly they do that so that you have to like walk around the store and might get sold on other things, looking at other things. That shit doesn't work on me. But it works on my wife. Conscription roommate starter kit. The nerd and FPV pilot. The Rambo. You. The guy with perfectly normal views. The nice guy who supposedly once killed someone with a pencil. The sport shooter. Oh, it's that guy. And father figure. I offer card payments. My sales have increased by 10% since then. Expenses only by 2%. I have to say this is actually a fallacy, which I am a little bit surprised to see on a German meme. Because that 2% fee eats directly at the margin. So if you're operating on extremely thin margins, then the 2%, regardless of how much it increases sales, it can still, you know, make you lose, net lose money. Now, do I think that's a common occurrence? No, but I do have to point that out. I felt so German just now doing that. Card payments are evil. My customers are slowly dying out. It's the government's fault. Everything was better in the old days. Would you like to come by for coffee and cake? What? Yeah, sure. Is this a trick question? I mean, am I supposed to be like, oh, it's a train? Someone pointed that out in a video one time. Like, it's the train, Ryan. You can go ride the train. That is a freight train. Anyway, am I supposed to be like offended by the fact that this is like processed, prepackaged cake and coffee? Because I'm not. I would eat that. Looks fine. And I would be thankful that you invited me. Well, okay. I mean, if you were some creep, then no, I would not be happy. Like, if I was going over there just to, you know, take advantage of your offer to eat cake and coffee, and you're a creep, then I'd be sad. I'd be like, really? You're going to murder me? And I signed up for this just to get this shit? But if we're friends, that's how I was operating under. The assumption that we're friends. You know, you invite me for the coffee and cake, you whip this out. I'd be like, okay, cool. 14-year-old boys on e-scooters are like... This is exactly the same in America, except it's e-bicycles. The e-scooters, I mean, those are also kind of popping off. Yeah, I see those now. But I think the e-bikes are bigger. They're a bigger thing. And this is funny, and I see it all the time on the bikes. But also, I can't even though my instincts as like a old, you know, now that I'm a dad, you know, and I see them, and I'm supposed to be grumpy, you know, like in my day, you had to pedal, you know, you had to pedal in my day. I can't even be mad because it looks fun. I'm not going to lie. If I was 14, I'm glad they're doing that instead of TikToking. Average R/finance waiter, 4,000 netto. Janitor, IT or junior IT specialist, 4,000 euro gross. What is a finance? Oh, okay. So this guy goes to this subreddit and he's a waiter, and after taxes he makes $4,000 a month, I think is how you guys do it. And then this junior IT specialist makes less than him. Okay. Is this AI, like, stupid? Did AI get stupider today, or did I? You tell me. Because I'm reading this, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? The meme highlights some people online flexing absurdly high net salaries for simple jobs. Meanwhile, IT workers actually earn less, even though their gross sounds similar. So the IT worker is shocked because the waitress supposedly earns more take-home money than he does before taxes. In short, it's mocking exaggerated salary claims on German finance Reddit and the confusion between gross and net. It says a junior IT worker making 4,000 euro gross actually takes home much less depending on their region. Like, okay, I read that all out of order and stuff, but the point is, this AI seems to think that net, like it's getting it backwards. It thinks that net means, I don't know what it freaking thinks. I have no idea. Point is, I don't think that's the joke. I mean, I don't really know what the joke is, but this dude who's just a waiter is earning more money than the junior IT specialist. They're earning the same amount, but his is netto and his is gross. So he's in amazement at the waiter who's making more money than him. I'm moving on. I'm confused. How my grandpa peels potatoes. How I peel potatoes. Facts. Straight into the garbage disposal, right? No, you guys don't have those. Yeah. I'm not very proficient with the knife. You know, they come out looking low poly, you know, as they say. Hey, at least they don't use as much memory in my scene. The last thing you see before you have an identity crisis 8 minutes later. Oh, it's a German YouTube channel. When I was 8 years old and first heard about the Bermuda Triangle. My company introducing flex time. Me sometimes arrive at 7, 8, or 9 in the morning. My boss. The guy at Schwarzkopf. The one who has to test the shampoos to see if they sting the eyes. Pharmacies, if they have increasingly filled their sales area with drugstore products in recent years. Pharmacies, if DM now wants to set up a mail order service for over-the-counter medications. That's a good point. That's actually interesting. Yeah, good point. What you see when you press too hard again. America, that's it. We declare war on Iran. UK, then we will as well. Germany, we declare war on France. France. What the fuck? Thank you for watching. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. And I'll see you next week.